Let's call our meeting to order. Please stand for Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 3, adoption of the agenda.
Romano adopts the agenda.
Support.
Please vote.
It's already started.
Our votes yes.
Yes.
Okay, there it is.
There we go.
Yay. Otherwise, Jim,
Motion passes 13-0.
don't touch it.
Item 4, approval of the minutes.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Please vote.
Touch it.
Motion passes 13-0.
Item 5, public participation. Anyone for the public wish to speak on any item on the agenda? One more time, we'll close public participation. Let's go to item number 6, presentations. Receive and file, adopted at November 27th full board meeting, a proclamation congratulating Gompers, Cornish, and Barr on the occasion of their 60th anniversary.
So moved.
Commissioner Sabatini is the commissioner.
Support.
Great.
So moved by Nard.
Yeah, Wallace.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Privilege here to introduce you to Jim Barr from Gompers, Cornish, and Barr Insurance Agency, located in Macomb Township. They're celebrating their 60th year in business, so wanted to certainly recognize them for their achievements over the 60 years. And one of the things that drove me to recognizing the company was that what they do for the community and the local programs that they support. They volunteer their time and resources to various local programs. Specifically, they recently adopted a family through the Macomb Charitable Foundation. They support Friends of Foster Kids. And they're also members of the Italian American Chamber of Commerce and volunteer for seasonal events hosted by Macomb Township Parks and Rec. So wanted to introduce Jim to the board and recognize him appropriately and give him this proclamation that he can display in his offices from the Macomb County Board of Commissioners. There you go, Jim.
Thank you all. Insurance guys sometimes get a bad rap because everybody gets insurance bills and they're always going up. So we do like to remind the community that we're here to support and put things back together when bad things happen. So I appreciate the recognition and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your meeting.
Thank you.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Get a
Yes.
photo.
Thanks again.
Yep. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Nice. Good job. Thank you.
Item number 7,
Chair, we need to vote on 6.
6, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Now we're going to item 7, as I was rudely interrupted, but I'd like to consolidate 7A, B, C, D, E together.
So moved.
Support.
Brian?
Once again, good afternoon, Commissioners. So 7A would be in A, B, C, and D are all similar in nature as they all are part of our non-motorized path program that we have and have established. We get submittals from the different townships and communities, cities, villages that we have jurisdictional roadways through. And these are all part of that program that we have moving forward. So first one is a cost share agreement with Clinton Township for the Clinton River Spillway Shared Youth Path Reconstruction. And that goes from reconstruction of Clinton River Spillway Trail from Shady Side Park Bridge to east border of Clinton Township and to Metropolitan Parkway. As part of our non-motorized path program, it is a project in fulfilling the requirements of our Act 51 funding. We have to spend at least 1% of our motorized funding on, we have to spend 1% of our MTF funds on non-motorized path programs as required by Public Act 51. This is a project that was submitted and approved on our end as far as a viable project moving forward. So seeking approval of this cost share with Clinton Township for the Clinton River Spillway Trail reconstruction. No questions. The second cost share agreement, a similar nature, non-motorized path program, is with Chesterfield Township. And this is Chesterfield Township with Jefferson Avenue from Sutton Drive to Meldrum Drive. Overall cost is $680,634. Roads contribution would be $77,412. Once again, this is a request through Chesterfield to improve their system, and it is the match program that we found viable for our non-motorized path program. So seeking approval of that cost share. Thirdly would be item 7C, once again, another cost share agreement, non-motorized path program. Once again, with Clinton Township, they submitted multiple. We looked at this viability and found it viable to put on our program for this coming year also. It's the Bonior Trail Rehabilitation Project, formerly called Freedom Trail. Estimated cost of $2,093,078. Our contribution would be $196,539. Just to keep in mind that our program annually consists of match money up to $1.5 million total, with any one particular project not exceeding a match of $300,000. So we're trying to make our $1.5 million go as far as possible and not having one or two projects consume the majority of that. So seeking a cost share for that. Item 7D would be a cost share agreement with Harrison Township for the Clinton River Spillway Shared Use Path and Pedestrian Bridge. Overall cost of $2,600,418. Our county cost would be $300,000, which would be the maximum cap, as would be allowable. Lastly, 7E would be a resolution that we're seeking. Obviously, MDOT had provided a bridge bundle package that we already had a phase one. We got some successful bridge repairs paid for basically through the state through this bridge bundling package. This is just a resolution. They're looking at seeking funds to continue that program. They had some of their CRISA funds pulled back, but 25 Mile Road Bridge between Card and Foss was a part of that as far as a replacement. They're still looking at funding that project, but this is a resolution saying that anything above and beyond the estimated construction cost that we would pay for, we don't anticipate going over that number. So basically, we're getting most or all of this new structure paid for through this bridge bundle package, but they needed a resolution in place to say that we would pay any cost overruns if there were to be any. So any questions?
Commissioner Brown.
Thank you. The bike paths we're resurfacing those bike paths. Who owns those? Those are some of the first bike paths established in the county. Who actually owns those? The Macomb Orchard Trail is owned by the county, but who actually owns those bike paths?
These would be the individual communities.
Okay, so
They're seeking, either reconstruction of existing or new facilities, so it doesn't, discriminate against either one, whether it's an existing facility or a newly proposed pathway, as long as they have all the right-of-ways and easements that are needed. So they are responsible for the maintenance of these as it goes into the future once they construct them appropriately.
okay.
So they're not our facilities,
They haven't
say, to
been-
maintain.
I don't think they've ever been resurfaced, have they? I don't think they've ever have been resurfaced in the long time that they've been out there.
I know some of these are full replacements, reconstructs, and some of these are new facilities.
Okay.
So, and some actually go from sidewalk to path. When we consider a non-motorized path, it's not a 5-foot sidewalk. It's typically a 10-foot wide path, a non-motorized path. So that would be for pedestrian, bicycle, rollerblades, of that nature.
And another question, if I may, Mr. Chairman, regarding the bridge in Harrison Township, the bike path going over that, is that you're resurfacing that bridge over on Harrison Township? Is that the bridge you're doing on, over the Spillway?
No, this is a separate pedestrian bridge that they had proposed over the Spillway. This is not on the roadway portion. This is a separate
Okay,
pedestrian bridge.
All right, I'm clear. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Commissioner
Commissioner.
Sabatino.
Thank you, Chair. Hey, Brian.
Afternoon.
This resolution for the 25-mile road bridge, if I could be added to that, I would appreciate it, just because this 25-mile road bridge has just been just a thorn in my community's situation there. We've been trying to get this bridge fixed. I don't even know how long.
Well,
A long time. So this is huge. If we can get this support from the state on this and get this bridge back to its, operating condition, I know Macomb Township would love that, and all the people in that area that live there would certainly love that, relative to all the construction and road stuff that we're doing in Macomb Township, as you know. So
for sure.
I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Any other questions? Please vote.
Oh,
What?
we have two names on here.
I'm sorry, Barbara. Commissioner Zenner.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to explain briefly that in Harrison, the spillway has been fixed, that area, and this bridge is a connection, and all ages use that bridge. Seniors, quite elderly seniors who are quite active, because even to get to that area, you have to walk from parking. So it's a walk to get there, it's a walk on it, and the whole area is very busy through most of the year. It's quite surprising how many people use that bridge. And so I thank you that you're getting to that for us, and I know that's been really wanted by everybody. So thank you very much. I'm looking forward to having that done. Everybody's looking forward to having that done. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Commissioners.
Commissioner Van Sickle.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, Brian.
Afternoon.
These kind of projects could qualify for some of the TAP grants from SEMCOG?
Yes, and that is the intention of our program, is to enhance the ability for the communities to gain access to more TAP grant funds. So we match the local match with them to bolster their ability to get more TAP grant funding for these projects, yes.
Okay, is there any problem with getting grant writers or anything like that right now?
Through my department and through planning and economic development, we obviously foster relationships with the communities to assist them through that process of acquiring those grants, those TAP grant funds.
Okay, good. I hate to see the money go someplace else if we could latch on to it.
For sure, agree.
So, absolutely. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you,
You're welcome,
Commissioner.
Chair.
I see no other speakers. Please vote.
Missing votes from Commissioners Ha and Song. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you, Commissioner. Take care.
I didn't do anything.
Item number 8, correspondence, Macomb Work Zone Lane Closures and Construction Update, February the 5th, 2024. Motion to receive and file, please.
So move.
Support Nard.
Please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
At this time, I'm pleased to return the meeting over to Public Service Committee.
When I go back.
Mr.
Thank you, Chair. Excuse me. Item 10 is Records and Public Safety Committee, Department recommendations. Item A is to purchase Transcend Robotics Vantage Robot with Safe Hot Gas Delivery System for $51,500. We have Robert Doherty, Captain. I need a motion recommend to full board.
So move, Paul.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Zinner, supported by Commissioner Hall. Captain Doherty, you're up.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, Commissioners. For your review is a purchase request from Transcend Robotics, Inc. to provide a Vantage robot with hot gas delivery system amount of $51,000. My research into multiple robots companies has led us to the Transcend Vantage robot. The company is a sole source company. Funding is available in our state forfeiture funds. And it's going to be utilized for our SWAT team.
Commissioner Van Sickle?
Thank you. This is for crime scenes?
This is for hostage type situations where we have to enter a house, maybe like when our SWAT team is activated.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
I see no other speakers. I have a motion and support to recommend. Nope. You're too late. Commissioner Nard, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just had a question.
Certainly.
I was trying to figure out what that was. What is that, the safe hot gas delivery?
So that's where we can actually, we have a couple different ways to put gas into homes, but if there's barricaded subject, one to break windows and actually launch it by what would you call somewhat of a rifle or a gun. So we launch it there. We also can hand deliver it. In this case, we can actually have the robot enter the residence and be very specific where we want to disperse that gas.
Thank you.
You snuck up on me. Commissioner Song, please.
Thank you. How often have you guys used those in the past? Or do you just currently have one?
We have one that's currently, unfortunately, they no longer support it. The company contacted us and said it no longer is going to be supported. They no longer provide parts. We have some issue with the flippers, meaning the arms of that robot, so it has a difficult time climbing stairs or going over any obstacles. And that one, basically, all it really does is kind of gives us visual, it provides a camera, whereas this new one will give us some other things that are available to us, such as the gas. And then also we can communicate two-way, talk to them as well inside the residence.
How often do you think you'll be using it?
We pretty much use it almost any barricaded situation. So, I mean, I would say this year we probably had a couple that we would use it for, so maybe two to four times a year.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
I'm not saying anything, so everybody's through here. Okay, see no other speakers. We have a motion and support. Please vote.
Commissioner Zinner, I'm missing your vote. Did it
Okay,
pop up?
I didn't know if, yes.
Thank you. Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Item B is a purchase again, Vance's law enforcement ammunition purchase for $55,963.25. Again, I have Captain Doherty. I need a motion to recommend this to full board.
So moved by Nard.
Support, Perna.
I have a motion by Commissioner Nard, supported by Commissioner Perna. Captain?
Before you is a purchase request for ammunition in the amount of $55,963.25. The requested ammunition will allow sheriff's personnel to complete mandatory annual qualifications as well as ammunition for duty and road patrol. Funding is available in our law enforcement supplies, and Vance's is the law enforcement distributor in the state of Michigan for such said ammunition.
Seeing no speakers, please vote.
That's a lot of bullets. Nope.
Is that a yes?
Thank you. Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Item C is also a purchase, Damark Marine Specialties, Repower, 3 patrol boats with 6 Yamaha outboard motors, cost of $159,118.89. Again, I have Captain Doherty here. I need a motion to recommend this to full board.
So moved by Nard.
Zinner support.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Nard, supported by Commissioner Zinner. You can wrap this one up, Captain Doherty.
All right. Before you is a purchase with Damark Marine Specialties to provide 6 Yamaha 4.2-liter V6 offshore model outboards and necessary rigging for the amount of $159,118.89, and that will be from Macomb County Marine Division boats. This purchase will repower 3 of our Almar, which are basically our workhorses in our Marine Division fleet. Funding is available in our 2024 Marine budget. I'll leave it at that if you have any questions.
Thank you, Captain. I spoke to Captain Doherty earlier this morning regarding this, and he explained to me the excessive use of these boats with these motors on them, and that's why the replacement was necessary. But Commissioner Brown, please.
Yeah, thank you. Those, how many horsepower motors are those?
Was it 300 horsepower motors?
We got a great price. That's
Yes, Yamaha did offer us law enforcement discount pricing.
about 25,000 apiece. That's a really good price. I know the DNR uses these models as well. And,
That's correct.
They're reliable. That's just a really good price. It's a very good job. Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Deputy.
Commissioner Van Sickle.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Captain.
Yeah,
How many of this type boat is in the fleet? Is this the whole fleet, or are there additional?
We have 3 of the Omars, which are considered our workhorses, our daily use. We do have a couple other boats, one a dive boat, and then one that's a center console Boston wheeler.
Okay,
But these 3 are the ones that are utilized the most.
no more of this class.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Zinner.
Thank you, Chair. And for people who live by the water or on the water, you see these boats often. They do all kinds of things with them. They're checking people, they do things, they're just, you will view them if you're on the water in the whole area, just so you know. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Thank you, Captain. Appreciate it. Excuse me. Item 11 is parcel. Public participation. This is the opportunity for the public participation is for those who wish to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any issue. Do we have anybody in the audience who would like to speak on public participation? Please come up to the podium, state your name, and you have 3 minutes, please. Oh, I know who you are. Hi, Carol.
Who I am. Hi, Joe. Hi, hello, Commissioners. My name's Carol Chi. I live on Moravian in Sterling Heights, 35325 Moravian. I'm a retired public school teacher, and I ran against Joe Romano 3 times. And he wins every time. He's a good guy.
Did you file?
I'm here to ask you to please consider the water affordability, accessibility bills and supporting them. It's desperately needed for the whole state of Michigan, for all the people that are in poverty, and there are many more than you might think. Even up north where I have a cottage in Iosco County, and the county just above us, I heard, has the lowest income in the whole state. Some people there don't even have indoor plumbing or electricity, which is just surprising to me in this day and age. I don't know how it would help them, but it might. But there are over about 700 residents in Roseville that could use this program, 2,800 in Warren. I live in Sterling Heights. I'm sure there are probably several hundred in Sterling Heights. And this would affect the entire state of Michigan, people that are in poverty that can't afford water. It would only add $2, possibly going up to $3, which is hardly the price of a cup of coffee. I don't think you can buy a cup of coffee right now, especially at Starbucks and different places. Maybe at McDonald's you could for that price. We already contribute to DTE. I think it's a little over $6 a month comes out of our DTE bills to help people that don't have heat or electricity or whatever, don't have electricity. And water is much more important. I'd like you all to just imagine a day at home, look at a day at home when you're home all day, like on a Sunday or a Saturday, and look at every single time that you use water and don't use the water and see how you can get along. And just imagine what it's like for people that have their water turned off. It impacts poor families. Children are taken away because they figure it's an unsafe household to live in without water. You can't flush the toilet. You can't wash your face. You can't you can't make coffee or tea or anything like that. Maybe you can't make formula. You can't can't wash your hands. You can't flush the toilet. You can't brush your teeth. All kinds of things you can't do. You can't cook dinner. You can't wash the dishes. You can't wash your clothes. I mean, it's really impactful. It's a life-saving thing. It's really necessary for life. And since we live in the Great Lakes state and we are surrounded by 20% of the world's fresh surface water, we should really do this. No one should go without water in the entire state of Michigan. And one more thing, this is not about water, but this is about the seat that might be vacated by a friend of mine that might be elected to the state as a state rep. I'm pretty sure she will be. And when she's gone, I hope that you pick a Democrat to go in her place. And I would recommend Connor Birdie, a young man who is very interested in politics, who has a lot of ideas, who's got a lot of energy, and is a really nice kid. So thank you for listening.
Thank you, Carol. Just for the general public information, we do not respond in public participation. This is the opportunity for the public to speak, and we listen. Having said that, I will go into item number 12. I'm sorry, is there anybody else who would like to speak on public participation? Seeing none, we'll go to item 12, which is commissioners' comments. Any commissioners who would like to comment? Let me see if I can pull that up. Oh, I don't see anybody. Commissioner Kraft.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Briefly, as you all know, CMH lost our CEO last month. He left us to go south where it's a little bit warmer. But 2 weeks ago at our full board meeting, we did approve in tandem with county HR hiring a search firm to help us in our search for a new CEO. It's going to take a little bit of a lengthy process, but we have started that process. So just wanted to give you all a quick update on that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Zinner.
Thank you, Chair. I don't know if everyone saw this. Kristen Seeloff had brought something out, and so I know some people didn't see this in regard to Axe My Tax. She's from up north. I don't remember exactly where. There was a short video from the government agency, I can't remember, DINA. And
Michigan Association of Counties.
yes. They were speaking, there were 3 people speaking, and they were talking about what a woman named Carla is taking this on, this Axe My Tax. The concern she has, and many people have, is that our taxes are just rising to be such a hazard for people that they can't pay their taxes. And if it continues at the rate it is, people are, at this time, never expected to be able to not pay their taxes, are having to leave their homes, more than we would expect. And if the money structure continues, the idea is the government trying to take people's property? Is there a concerted effort toward it? I thought when I watched the video, Dina and I don't remember his name, or kind of like a cat with a mouse between it, going back and forth. I didn't think it was funny at all. I understand there's a concern about paying for roads, all this. I understand all that. But they said that she didn't have 100 words for her proposition there that she wants to put forth. Well, I called her about that. I said, is there a problem with your 100 words that you have to present for people to sign up for her petition? She said, yes, I've had 100 words many, many times. But she said, they keep changing my 100 words. And she said, when I go for a meeting with them, one of the people on the board won't be there. So they can't address what I'm there for. So it's a back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So when I saw them laughing about this, I thought how sad and how disgusting that they're backing her off back and forth and back and forth. She's a citizen in Michigan trying to help people who are having tax burdens because our money is not regulated the way it should be for a free country. There are times in our history that we have, since I've been alive, since when our money was actually paying us, we were making money with having our money in the bank. The way our tax burden is now is not structured properly for a free country. And that's what she's concerned about, and for the future. So I just want you to know that she has done the appropriate things that she's supposed to do, but it's going back and forth, and it's not right. But a lot of things aren't right. And we will see in the future. She has a website, if you're interested in looking at it. It's an interesting, legislators are bringing her to their meetings because people are very interested and concerned about what's happening, just so that you know the other side of it. And thank you very much. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Nard.
I just wanted to kind of remind everybody about the resolution that was adopted on March 16th of 2023, supporting the county resources to assist school safety planning. And the reasons that I'm bringing that up is because yesterday we had some incidents that happened in the school. One of the students got into a fight, and I guess he was upset that he got into a fight and threatened to come back with the gun, and they found a loaded gun in his home. So that student is now, I guess they arrested him. And then there was another younger student that had a hit list of children. I think she was only in the 5th grade and had a hit list. So I just want to, I'm hoping that that they took the resolution that I did seriously. That it wasn't for political gain or anything like that. It's just I have a lot of grandchildren in school, and the last thing I want is to hear that what happened in our neighboring county happens here. So I just wanted to bring that up. And then I wanted to let you know that on January 25th, when we did the proclamation honoring the Warren Symphony Orchestra's 50th anniversary, I was excited to get the email to do that proclamation. As you all know, I was very excited about it. And when I took the proclamation to the event, I was not allowed in the event. And I was told that the mayor requested that no elected officials were invited, when indeed the room was full of them. But I wasn't allowed to go in. So I was very humiliated, disrespected, and I was hurt. I also found later that Commissioner Song got there a little later. She was not allowed in the event. But then later on, someone allowed her to come in. So I just, I want everybody to understand that you never know what people are going through. And when we all take the risk to step into the ring to run, we all have a right to do it, no matter what color we are, no matter where we come from. And to have someone disrespect this board and I was even told when I told the lady who I was and what I was representing, she said, well, we don't want it because I don't know anything about it. So not only was I humiliated, but, she kind of disrespected the Board of Commissioners by saying, well, we don't want the proclamation. When they emailed, I didn't ask to do it, they asked for it to be done. So I wanted you all to be aware of that, and that's why there's no pictures of the event, because I was not allowed in. So, there you go.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Future State Representative Zong, you have something to say?
Well, sure, I guess if you put me on the spot, Chair.
She came up with something, right?
I do,
Thanks, Joe.
I do apologize, Commissioner Narr. I think there was some miscommunication. I think the people that were at the registration table weren't expecting either of us to be there. I did talk to the chair of the Warren Symphony Orchestra, and I know how sorry she is, and I gave her your number, and so I hope that she reached out to you if she hasn't. I have expressed to them some of the concerns that you had brought up, and it was a great event, and I hope that next year will be a lot better. I appreciate you even being there and presenting, attempting to present that proclamation. But again, apologize for that. And as all of you know, I did win my primary in January, and very likely will be joining the state legislature in April. I attended the budget hearing this morning in Lansing, where the governor presented their billions of dollar budget, which is a lot bigger than our budget. But I just thought I was really grateful to be there, because it really reminded me of the process that we have here in being a part of the budget process for the past 3 years. I believe has really set me up for the future. And so grateful that I was able to participate and serve alongside you guys. And I'm going to savor every single meeting that we have from now until April. And I know that you guys will make the right decision when the time comes. If you have to appoint someone, that is a decision that you guys will be able to make. But, I'll still be here fighting for the residents of Warren and Macomb County, and in talking to Chair Brown and being an advocate for local government. So that is something that I will certainly be a champion in doing. Thank you, Chair.
You're welcome. Speaking for myself, and I'm sure for the chair, I think we're going to have great representation in Lansing. We unfortunately lost Veronica Kleinfeld, Senator Kleinfeld now, who was on our board as a commissioner. And we're going to lose Commissioner Zong, no doubt about it, as a state rep. But I think that's a feather in our hat that these people are so qualified, learning here on the commission, as we all have. So I, for one, am glad that things are working out for her, and I honestly feel that she has our support, and I think she'll do well. And seeing no other speakers, I'll go to item number 13.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Commissioner Kraft, supported by Commissioner Nard. Please vote.